Hi kids, this is Mr. Scott and I'm going to be giving you a video lesson instead of an in-person lesson because our school is closing just for a couple weeks, but we'll be back soon. So I thought I'd start off by doing a little bit of what we always do, which is alternating or preparing our fingers or warming up. So here we go. What I'd like you to do is put your hand on the guitar like I normally have you do, just like that. You know, your knuckles kind of over top of the strings you're going to be playing. I'd like you to alternate, okay? And this is like a warm-up. So in other words, I'm going to ask you to put your I finger, index, on the high E string and pluck. Now when you pluck, just remember, all three fingers come out, not just one and stuff like that. So here we go. Then once we've done that, we leave our I finger on the string, our M finger falls, it plucks, and that one goes forward, just like that. See that? We're just walking. We're alternating. You see that? Pretty easy stuff. Now you've all done this before, but it's always worth doing every single time you play the guitar, just to make sure your hands are super loose and you're never forcing it. Okay? Now, with our left hand, we can do any number of combinations. You can do it the first fret, third fret, wherever you want to do it, okay? But let's just start off by alternating between, not alternating, but just changing between the third and first fingers while we're alternating between I and M over here. Here we go. And then you can use first finger to second finger. Okay. And then first finger to fourth finger if you want. Okay, and if you're feeling really adventurous, you can use other fingers as well, like 3 to 4, 2 to 4, and so on and so forth, okay? And any combinations, just to warm up, maybe 3 minutes, 2 minutes, something like that, just to get your hands going, okay? So now what I'd like to do is go over our repertoire for our Brazilian concert, okay? So the first one I'd like to do is Autumn Leaves. I'm going to play it for you quickly and then give you some pointers and things you can work on until I see you again, okay? Here we go. Start off with Autumn Leaves. Okay, goes like this. That's not right. That's right. Okay, so now that is Autumn Leaves, and I only played until the first ending, okay? So if you look at line D and you look all the way near the end, you'll see a little 1 with a little thing over top of it. That means first time through. So you see that there's repeat signs there at the end of that thing with 1. You go back to A, where you see the repeat signs on this side, and you go all the way to the end, except this time you don't play the first ending, you play where it says the second ending, okay? You already know that, but I thought I'd just, mention it to you. Now, very simple in the sense of you just have to follow the patterns, make sure you know what you're doing. When it comes to the E, F sharp, and G, just remember E is on the 4th string, 2nd fret right there. So you're going to get E, F sharp, G sharp, okay? So that's 2nd fret, 4th string, 4th fret, 4th string, 1st fret, 3rd string. So E, F, G sharp. Oh, sorry, E, F sharp, G sharp, C. Okay? So that's something you can do pretty easily. And you've already done it, most of you, so. Now, the next thing we're going to do is go to the Aquarela do Brasil, Tico Tico, and that kind of thing. Now, as you can see at the beginning, there's a G note, but it has a whole bunch of lines underneath it. That just means repeat it quickly. If you're a violinist, you go like that with the bow. So for guitar, you could probably do something like, and just follow the conductor, okay? So it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, and then switch the notes. Okay. I won't like tell you how to do that. Just basically make some noise. But when we're with the conductor, eventually, we'll understand the sound. Okay. So now what we're going to do is go to that part where it says samba, write it A, and see that we have actually 4 bars of rest and then another 7 bars of rest. And then just the beat before B, we start playing. And it sounds something like this. 1, 2, 1. You'll see that later on at C, it says 16 over top of 1 bar. Well, that just means there's 16 to 4 bars. So you have to count to 16, and on the 17th bar, bang, you come in on the C note. The rest of the stuff is not too easy until we get to part D, okay? Now that one just requires a little bit of speed. So you're still at the same pulse, 1, 2, 1, 2, but this time it has an 8th note and 2 16ths. So 8th notes would be 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Now we're going to just add a 16th, so that'd be 1 and a 2 and 1 and a 2 and 1 and a 2. So musically then, that would go like this. F sharp, remember? So there, you have A sharp and C sharp. So remember, when you sharpen something, you go from there and you move it up 1 to there. So if you had, for example, a C, which everyone knows, and someone said, hey, play a C sharp, all you do is just move it up to that fret. So the riff is A sharp, C sharp. So it's not that hard to play, it's just hard to figure out. But anyways, I think you've got it. Here it is. A sharp, C sharp. Okay? Now my recommendation physically for all this is you start with your M finger, then your I finger, and then your M finger again. That way, you're always going from the longest finger on top. There you go. You can see that. And then you skip down the string, and then your long finger's waiting on the string that's closer to the floor. So in other words, your I finger, which is shorter, doesn't have to reach over. Okay? So that's why you get the sounds you do, and it goes something like this. Now the next hard rhythm we have is at E. So as you can see at E, there's just one note, it's just a G. 1, 2. But the next bar, we have a dotted 8th note and a 16th. So to clap that, it would go 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So 1 E and a 2, 1 E and a 2, 1 E and a 2. 1 E and a 2. Very, very Brazilian rhythm, okay? So from E, it would sound something like this. Okay, and then from there on, it's pretty easy. All right? So now what I'd like to do is move on to Magdalena. Everyone's playing that pretty well, no real problems. But I thought I'd just give you a roll through. So as you can see at the beginning, it says that all the Fs and all the Cs are sharp. So in other words, what I don't want to see happen, because it has happened, is instead of going like this, no, it's the F sharp. Remember, whenever you sharpen a note, you just move it up 1 fret. So here you go. Something like that, okay? I'm making it up. But you can see, that's the F sharp right there. And if you had to play a C in this piece, it wouldn't be there. No, that's C natural. It would be sharp right there. Okay? So now, let me have a quick run through of a little bit of this piece so you get an idea, and then you can practice it at home, even with this video if you want. you have a whole bunch of rest, 16 bars. Then at part C, you have this. 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 2, 2. 1, 2, 2, 2. 1, 2, 2, 2. Now the reason I'm saying 1, 2, 1, 2 there, or 1, 2, 2, 2, is because at C, after every 2 bars of notes, you have a bar with 2 over top of it. That means just count for 2 bars without playing. That's why I went 1, 2, 2, 2. That's what you do when you're counting, okay? And then you play the next notes, which are A, E, F, G, F, G, 1, 2, 1, 2. A, E, F, G, F, G, and so on and so forth, okay? So to end off, we're going to go to agua de beber. Now, this is pretty easy for most of the kids who I've seen played in my classes, so there's just one kind of hard part here, and that is found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars after the letter A. So that would be 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Bar 21. Okay, so now to give you an idea, you have a quarter note rest, so 1, and then you have 2 and, as you can see, those are eighth notes, 3, 4. Now the 2 and, those notes are A, which is the 5th string open, then C, C natural, not C sharp like the other piece. That's on the 3rd fret of the 5th string, and then the E is on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. So you get, let's for example, 1, 2, and 3, 4. You see that? And you know the G and stuff like that. So let me play that little bit for you there. So let's just take it from A. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop. Because here, a couple of kids have had some problems. Now you'll see that it's the exact same rhythm. However, there's something called an E flat. Now E flat is played just like you would do a natural. Okay, there's your E, but when you flatten notes, you drop it by 1 fret. You don't raise it up as if it were sharp, you flatten it. You go down in pitch anyway. So here's your E, E flat. How about that? Now as an example, this is a D, and this is a D flat. You see what I'm saying? You just go down by 1 fret. Okay, it's not too complicated, but I thought I'd tell you about it. So now, I'll go now from bar 24, let's say, and then I'll play that part with the E flat in it, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the rest you kids can easily do, I know you can, okay? Because it's just counting with quarter notes, and you guys can do that. All right, so that's a little bit of, oh, and Más que nada, you guys have been playing that for a long time, so I don't need to go over it in the video with you, okay? If you have any questions about this, please feel free to contact me through the Dojo app. The Dojo, Class Dojo. Just write something quickly in there and I'll be happy to talk to you, okay? Have a good night, and we'll look forward to seeing you very soon, hopefully really soon, and everyone stay safe. Bye-bye.